When you connect directly to the human through the nervous system, that is their reality. How does technology go from what we do now where I use a cell phone, I touch it, but it's a separate entity, to what would it look like if it were part of me, directly communicating through my brain via the nervous system?
A surgeon halfway around the world can perform a surgery, whether it's an underwater welder, an astronaut, they can perform their functions and have that sense of feeling, have that tactile sensation, have that level of dexterity to perform their task in an environment that the human biology cannot take.
Going from using technology to embodying it is at the core of what we're trying to do here at the Human Fusions Institute at Case Western Reserve University.
Prosthetics are kind of like tools. Watching just like you do with a wrench or a screwdriver or anything else, you're watching very closely where you're putting it, how you're doing it. When I'm wearing this, I control the hand. This is my hand. I want to close my fingers, I close them. I want to open them, I open them.
Engineering is inherently a human-serving endeavor. We're building things for humans, for human experience. We integrate ethics, sociology, phenomenology, all the aspects of what it means to be human at the beginning of the process, not the end.
If I can have multisensory transfer and be anywhere at any time doing almost anything, how do we begin to look at government systems? How do we look at relationships? How do we begin to look at work? Can I hop into a teleoperated system and run a machine using a robotic system with tactile sensation, visual sensation, all aligned, as though I can feel like I'm there? 21st century is going to be about augmentation. It's going to completely change the way that we exist and coexist in the world. That's going to restructure the entire human experience.
Our vision is we want to be the global leader in human tech integration, spatial computing, AR, VR training, remote healthcare. We definitely have plans to move forward into PTSD, autism. We have a total addressable market with all these domains that we're looking at of excess of $1.1 trillion. Combined annual growth rate on some of these sectors range anywhere from like 10% up to 22.5%. These are significant numbers. This is where we're going. One of our core functions is accelerated translation, so that we can move the technologies up to commercial viable prototypes and then build companies around it or get the IP out so that other companies can take it and run with it.
There's so much innovation happening here. Being able to go a couple doors down and talk to someone who's an expert in psychology or who's an expert in social sciences or an expert in electrical engineering, it really is an incredible way to work.
Those conversations have really gotten me started on thinking about new things and how we can expand both the use cases of neuromodulation across a wide range of therapeutic applications. What I've learned has been really important.
We're doing some really cutting-edge science, and it's really important to understand what that means for the person. If the prosthetics we build, for example, don't work well and don't feel right for the individual, then no matter how advanced it is, it's not going to be effective.
Case Western Reserve University in this environment is about innovation. Things like biomedical engineering, we were one of the first in the country to do that because medical physicians sat next to engineers and were talking, and a whole discipline grew out of that. The size of the university, the skills and expertise is a rare connection. I think if we invest in it, if we continue to move that, we can lead the world and not play catch up later.
At this current moment in history, the inflection point between machines and humans and neurology and computers is the epitome of where we think the future is. The university has invested a lot of money in HFI, talent and machines and buildings and labs, but the university can't do it on its own. Join with us by getting the discoveries out of the labs and into the population, into communities.
It's why I'm in this, is so that this can be advanced to where it becomes open and for the public. I went over to my son's house and his 4-year-old little redhead, Allie, come running up to me. I could feel that I was holding her. And that's the human side, the human factor in it. Nobody should be without that.